Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to one of the most unique games I've ever played. If you've not heard of Stranding before, it's by Hideo Kojima, the guy behind the Metal Gear Solid series, amongst other things, but that's what he's most known for and what he's been doing most of his life, I guess. Or at least most of his professional life. And if you're aware of how ridiculous Metal Gear Solid can be, then think of Death Stranding almost as like kind of Hideo Kojima Unfiltered, because this is in his own company, his first game since leaving Konami, and yeah, I've played it once before, but it was a while ago, and I've been itching to get back in and give it another run through. So yeah, get ready. So we're going to start a new game here. I imagine it's going to be cutscenes for a good while. So sit back and enjoy. Oh, we have to put his birthday in. Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna lie here. I want to see if it has a different effect to when I first played. So why don't we go first of the first? High levels of Doom's abilities have been observed in those born under constellations such as Cancer, Pisces, Cetus, Delphinus, and Gigas. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know what. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what the first. Which one the 1st of January is. The Dooms are lower, but it does actually affect some stuff in game, and I seem to remember that my actual birthday was not good, but I doubt I'll notice any difference, to be honest. The rope, along with the stick, are two of mankind's oldest tools. The stick to keep the bad away, the rope used to bring the good towards us. They were our first friends, of our own invention. Wherever there were people, there were the rope and the stick.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Rain, heavy balls, dirty eyes, sweaty clothes, the routine that I've learned to understand. And know, play my tricks, fragile mind, rest your head on me, shut my eyes, I'm not here, there must be some mistake. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. piece of sea.
No. Great. Fuck.
Okay, so here we are, in this graphical marvel, there's already so much stuff to go into. I'm sure there's more packages than that. I think we lost. Yeah, so we saw a drop of rain land on his head, and it kind of instantly his hair turned grey. So the rain in this game, or in this world, should I say, is not no ordinary rain. So they call it timefall. One thing you're gonna realise quickly about this game is there is a load of unique terms and stuff for the stuff in the world. So this timefall rapidly ages anything it touches. So that's why Sam's hair went grey immediately. So, which is the best way around here? Do we go up and round, or do we just? I think we just go forward, maybe. And yeah. So, and then also we saw at the start of the rain, we saw an upside down rainbow, which is another like kind of oddity of whenever there's timefall, there's an upside down rainbow. But it seems to be that whenever there is rain, it is timefall. So I don't think there's any like ordinary rain so far as I've seen anyway. All rain is timefall, it would appear. Prologue Porter. Whoosh.
I think they're gone. What the hell? Didn't mean to grab you so hard. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
What's your level? You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Level 2, then.
What are you doing here?
Trying to stay dry. Same as you. Timefall's let up. My name is Fragile.
Yeah, I've heard of you.
That right? Sam Porter Bridges. The man who delivers. You want it? A crypto byte a day keeps the timefall away. Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
Yeah, I thought Fragile Express had plenty of people.
Plenty of traitors. Not much left of us now, save for a few honest folks. And on top of that, not much left of me either. Got soaked from neck to toe.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries, that's all.
This is Bridges Central Dispatch. Freelance contractor Sam Porter Bridges. Receiver is standing by for drop.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches. But it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Yep, the red bar for blood, blue bar for stamina. Pretty self-explanatory. So, the first kind of contact with some BTs there. So BTs are beached things, or I guess we'll go further into that as more comes up. But they're the kind of like the main threat, I suppose, of the game. Oh man, I forgot just how ridiculously amazing this game looks. Now, I really hope I don't get loads of copyright issues with this game, because there's a load of music kind of integrated into the game. But I don't want to turn it off because it's really part of the experience. As long as I don't get videos taken down, none of that matters. Just this has never been about any kind of like money making venture or anything like that. Far from it. I really enjoy games, and I wanted to learn a bit more about video production and stuff, so it's all just kind of like a little thing to do in the free time. I already played games, so why not make some YouTube videos? That was the idea. But yeah, anyway, back to Death Stranding. Yeah, so, and we met Fragile there as well, who is one of the main characters. And we'll be seeing a lot more of her later on. But she's got an interesting story. So if you see me using this scanner all the time, this is called the Odradek, I believe, and it maps out kind of the terrain. So the blue signifies shallow water, or yellow for kind of okay to navigate water, and then red for you're gonna fall over and lose all your cargo kind of depth of water. And you see me picking up all these packages here. Some of them are to do with the mission, so you see it said 3 out of 4 for smart drug delivery there. God, it's just breathtaking scenery. It's like half of it's like photorealistic. It's insane. And yeah, so basically that's what the game is. You go around, you pick up parcels, and or you get orders and you deliver them to new locations and all this kind of stuff. And on the surface, it sounds tedious, really, doesn't it? It's not very not a very exciting prospect, but what was that? Yeah, I've just gripped the balance shaker. But actually, the game, there's a lot of really satisfying things about the gameplay loop, including like a really cool kind of slightly, it's not really, well, it is kind of an online feature, but again, we'll get more into that later on. Just for now, all we need to know is that we're Sam Porter Bridges, and we've got some packages to deliver. So let's go sort that out. We got some nice tunes on while we're doing it. But yeah, this being a Hideo Kojima game, what you can expect is a lot of kind of overly convoluted story, but some really good story as well, and also some wacky characters and some incredible graphics and just like interesting gameplay ideas and stuff. So, where actually am I? I should have crossed a lot earlier, I think. You see me gripping with both hands here, so if you hold the right trigger, you're going to grip with one hand to distribute your weight more to the right, hold left or hold both to kind of steady yourself. And you'll also see me kind of just like run on. Like if your character gets momentum, it'll just kind of carry on that way for a little bit, kind of thing. So sometimes it looks like I'm going the completely wrong direction or something, but actually it's just the momentum of the forward momentum of Sam. The more weight that you carry, the harder it is to kind of control the direction that you're going if you get any momentum whatsoever. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so expect, like I say, wacky characters, intricate story, lots and lots and lots of dialogue, quite a lot of unnecessary dialogue, but that's just what you get with a Kojima game, really. It's still, I mean, like, it harps back to Metal Gear days. You'd like, you know, Colonel calling you up every 2 seconds on the codec to tell you, Snake, press the action button to use the ladder, or whatever it was. And there's a lot of those kind of that. Oh, let's go get that package as well. We may as well get as much as we can carry. there's a lot of that kind of ridiculous levels of exposition and all sorts of stuff. It sounds like I'm kind of being quite harsh, but I love this game to bits. It's when it first came out, I must have spent about a month playing it. Like, I'm not carrying too much cargo. I've got plenty of headroom left for more weight. Yeah, it must have been about pretty much a month of all my spare time was basically playing this game. I was really excited for it before it came out. I tried to watch as little as, like, learn as little as possible about it, but I had seen a couple of trailers, and just the mystery and suspense of just what everything was all about was, I don't know. I was definitely excited for it coming out. But so, because I played it so much, I then didn't touch it for a while. Oh, can I not get into the menu yet? Looks like I can't get into my cargo menu, which isn't good. It means I can't reorganize everything.
Beginning scan. Cargo verified. Thank you.
But yeah, so because I played it so much, I didn't touch it for ages. And then recently, I was just watching some stuff on YouTube, and one of the suggested videos was Jacksepticeye playing through, like doing a playthrough. So I watched a bit of that, and that's kind of reminded me about a lot of the things I love about it. And so I wanted to have another go. And I'd got it for a while ago on PC. I played first time on PS4, but it were on sale quite recently, so I got it on PC because I knew I'd want to play it again at some point. And oh man, PC just does not disappoint. The upgrading graphics is always like super noticeable. It's great. I'm not sure how the capture's going to turn out. I've experimented with a few different ways, but I'm sure we'll see. If it's a bit ropey, I'll make some changes as we go in. It's still something I'm figuring out, all the capture. Oh yeah, and the menu system is like a visual nightmare. It's all over the place. All you got to remember is generally just hold all the buttons.
What took you so long? It's not like the legend to come in late.
Had to wait out the storm. Lost my bike.
Sounds like you've been through the ringer. Luckily, our goods are in perfect condition. Well, you did keep us waiting, but everything else seems to be in perfect order, so great work. We'll be awaiting the next delivery.
There's another one of the main characters there. So she'll again. I think she's a bit shows up a bit more later on. But we're being introduced to a few of the main characters here. And S for awesome. So S rank awesome, I guess. Okay. You can turn auto skip on here, and it'll just go through all this. Like I said, the menus are ridiculously kind of convoluted, just like the dialogue. But there you go.
Special commission for Sam Porter Bridges. Priority 1.
If you're going to get a drink or anything, I advise you do it now before this next cutscene, because things are about to get a little bit epic. And as always, I'll try my best not to talk through cutscenes.
Igor, Bridges Corpse Disposal. Sam Porter, I presume? Right. Not the touchy-feely type. Document said you had some kind of phobia.
Bridges corpse disposal? What happened?
Look, Gotta get a move on. I'll explain as we go. Come on. Come and take a look. He's got a date with the incinerator.
How long since he flatlined?
We don't know the exact TOD, but I'd say it's been upwards of 40 hours.
He wasn't quarantined.
Not sick. This is a suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
We're just lucky we found him at all. Got him on ice ASAP, but who knows when he'll go necro.
Where you taking him?
Closest incinerator's to the north.
This route's crawling with BTs. Sure you can't use another?
I wish I could, but there's no time.
Then just burn the poor bastard right here.
You put all that chiralium in the air so close to town? Can't do it.
Better that than trying for the incinerator.
Hey, we can do this. We just need someone like you with dooms.
Well, he's already in the first stages of necrosis. If we don't hurry, this place is a crater.
So how about it? Can we count on you? Then Bridges hereby enters into a contract with Sam Porter.
Sam. Just Sam. And I can't spot BTs. Just sense them.
That's why we came prepared.
A bridge baby, huh?
With its help and you, we'll be able to stay one step ahead of them. Makes me feel like shit every time.
Well, you are plugging into the other side. Freaks me out, too.
Roll out! Different when I was a kid. America is a country. Anybody could go anywhere they damn well please. No need for couriers like yourself. We had highways, airplanes. Hell, you could even visit other countries. Hard to imagine it now. As you can see, the Death Stranding poked us full of holes. Fucked us beyond all recognition. Then if you were lucky enough to survive, the timefall came and washed you away. Then those freaks from the beach showed up. Worlds of the living and the dead all mixed together. And that's when folks started holing up in the cities. Couriers like yourself got put up on a pedestal. Son of a bitch. Rainbow!
How much further to the incinerator? This guy's about to pop.
Shit. We're gonna have to cut to the BTs.
Was
assholes got us right where they want us. Get us out of here.
Sam, can you see anything?
No, nothing.
This BB must be busted or something.
bridges falling down, my fair lady.
Okay, so repatriation. Sam is a repatriate, meaning that he can return to life from the place known as the Seam when killed. In the Seam, follow the strand to guide Sam's soul to his body to bring him back. There's also all these other bodies floating about. which I don't know if we can do it yet. Seem to be disappearing as I get close to him, so maybe not. But later in the game, all those other bodies floating about would be other players, and you can help them out by bumping into them, basically, in this when you're in the scene here. There is a lot to take in from that first kind of big cutscene. So yeah, it's difficult. Like, there's so much going on in this game that it's difficult to know where to start discussing it. It's so weird as well. But
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.
we've seen those, so we've got this big crater after that explosion, and we've seen those 5 characters floating in the air as well. All this stuff's important and means stuff. Well, the explosion is obviously, but there's kind of reasons for everything, and but it's just this whole bucket of worms, and this is why this game was so intriguing before release, because there's all these kind of mysteries. But one thing I noticed actually, just before I get to mention it, when we were in the seam, we had a necklace on, like, with metal things. It's called a Cupid, and we'll see it later. But I don't know why he had it then, because we don't have it yet. So that's just confused me actually. So. It's already got me thinking I don't know what's going on in a game that I spent, like, I don't know, many hours.
You're awake. So, how does it feel to be back in the world of the living? Don't worry. I'm a doctor. Well, a coroner, originally. Call me Dead Man. I'm well acquainted with the dead. Not like you, of course. Contrary to the name, I've never actually died. I would advise against that. I'm no expert, but I can assure you it's for your own protection. See?
So I'm a prisoner.
These aren't handcuffs. They're cutting-edge devices that keep us all connected.
Us? Oh, us.
Yup. Bridges. Humanity's best hope for the future. Or avoiding extinction, if you prefer.
Right. Where am I? What time is it?
Watch me. Try pressing it against your skin, like this. Relax. That just means your body's got a good connection to the cufflink. Look, look. The cuffs will watch over you 24 hours a day. That is to say, We will. We're here to help.
What the hell? 2 days?
During that time, we took the liberty of collecting fluid samples from you. You're a repatriate. That makes you very special.
What happened to the CD guys?
Central Knot was obliterated in the Annihilation. Game over, man. Place is a crater. The only ones to get to continue were you, for obvious reasons, and your broken bridge baby.
Is it all right?
It's been marked for disposal. Didn't work anymore. Why keep it? We lost everyone. Not just corpse disposal. My team, HQ, all of Redefort, every soul in Central Knot City. We're at our base, in Capital Knot City now. Or should I say, our new headquarters. Sudbury seemed the logical choice. But our implementation team has been decimated, and there's only so much they can do in 2 days. Things here are a mess. Fortunately, the director and his support team were out of town at the time, so the chain of command remains intact. I hate to do this so soon, but I have a job for you. This stencil is from when you repatriated? What's the other mark from?
A clinging woman in a cave.
I see. Aphenphosmphobia. No wonder you were out there alone, where no one could touch you. I'll try to be more careful, Sam. So, the job is an urgent delivery. I need you to bring the president some morphine.
What president? America's gone. You talking about the mayor of Central Knot?
No, not the mayor. America lives on, Sam. The president is in the final stages of cancer, in critical condition, but there's still time.
Why me?
Look, Sam. Do as I ask, and I promise it will all make sense.
Why don't you do it?
Because I'm not really here. Apologies. This is just a chiralgram. And here, come the tears. Allergic reaction to the chiral transmission. I'm actually over in the isolation ward in the big triangle building. Here is the morphine. Bridges hereby enters into a contract with Sam Porter.
Come on, you got morphine there. What's this about? Tell me the truth.
The truth, Sam, is that America's last president wants to see you in person. Are you really about to say no? Very good. I'll see you in the isolation ward.
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All clear. Welcome, Sam.
Okay. So now that we've got these cufflinks on, bridges are gonna be interrupting us all the time.
Delivery order for Sam Porter Bridges. Request transport of morphine to isolation ward for immediate administration to the president.
Just like that.
Check the map on your cufflinks if you're lost, Sam. The isolation word should be pretty obvious. If you're not sure how to get there, you can set markers and draw routes too. Try it out and you'll see what I mean.
So yeah, we try that out. I don't really do much of like placing markers, or I didn't in my first playthrough anyway. Just because once you kind of get a sense for where things are, it's if you know the area, it's just faster to do it without. But you can place markers, and then you have a if you hold L1, you can kind of see to your destination, and it'll kind of guide you towards it. But we're not, like I say, I don't really use them, and it clutters up your map as well. So let's just remove and remove marker. And yeah, so if you forget to do some and then you take on, if you have a load of markers on, forget to take them off, and then you're doing something else, you end up getting in a big cluttered mess, and you can go the wrong way or whatever. Oh, I find anyway.
Sam, if you want to confirm you're headed the right way, check your compass. It'll never steer you wrong. Provided you have a destination, that is.
Yep, we get it. So yeah, like I say, there's a hell of a lot to digest from those first few cutscenes that we saw. There's that huge entity, the explosion, the random character that turned up in the middle of it all, and who just kind of, I think it like did a shush motion and then just kind of like
Central
disappeared.
wasn't just home to Bridges HQ. It was also the seat of the Reconstructionist movement. If the president hadn't required special treatment, she would have never left. And if she hadn't, we wouldn't have either.
Yeah, and then the whole bodies kind of turning into tar when they're and necrosis, and then that seemingly being like fuel for this huge explosion, which is why they were trying to get the body away from the city in the first place. And then us dying and going to the seam, waking up on the beach. What happened then? There was the baby was there, but then the baby disappeared, and then we had the woman in the red dress who appeared, who was singing "London Bridge is Falling Down" with that really kind of spooky. I don't know if it was like a flat note. When she sings the line "My Fair Lady," that gets me every time. That just because I think it's just intentionally quite flat and it's really dissonant, and it's like, I don't know, it just gets me every time. And then waking up and having these cufflinks and having Deadman being a chiral transmission to tell us that we're now part of Bridges and we need to see the president. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. If you stick with us here, then it'll all become clearer. You'll probably, no matter what happens, you'll probably still have questions and theories after it's all said and done. But the vast majority of stuff will be explained, and it'll be explained again and again and again. But suffice it to say, this is just one of those kind of, it's just like such an enticing mystery. There's so many mysteries all wrapped up together, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about games, because of the format lends itself so well to have lots of different threads going on at the same time, or strands, you could say, even if we're being a bit more appropriate to this game.
Like I said, our vital signs are all trending the same way.
No chance of a recovery then?
None that I can see. No.
We should start making preparations.
Sam. It's me, Dead Man. Sorry, my mistake. I'm afraid the President's condition has deteriorated. Thank you. This will help to ease the pain. And allow her to speak with you in these final moments.
Her?
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely you remember her. She raised you? You're not exactly dressed for a reunion. Take that off before you come inside.
Awesome.
That's the President's right-hand man, the Director of Bridges.
Die Hard man?
Oh, you were with Bridges 1? So, I guess no introductions are necessary.
What's it been, Sam? 10 years? Look at us. A bunch of deathless freaks meeting like this. Yeah, well, good to see you two. President's waiting. It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
Madam President, we've brought Sam. We'll leave you two alone.
Sam, I knew you'd come back. Are you doing all right? Yeah, I know you hate me. Amelie.
Amelie?
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Amelie. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me. willing to help me?
No, I...
I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Madam President! Oh, no.
Doctor, we need your help.
All hands on deck here. She's in V-fib. Give me 150 cc's. She's not responding.
Stay with me. Madam President.
She's dropping.
Hold on.
We're losing her. Time of death?
Listen, no one can know that the president is dead. If word gets out, Bridges is finished. Now, what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
Yes, Director. But there's still the matter of the body. Without corpse disposal.
We've got that covered. Sam, before she died, the president made a contract with you.
What are you talking about?
As a member of Bridges, you're gonna work with the rest of us to rebuild America.
You think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
Well, she succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, the cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
And if we don't, this place will turn into another crater.
What do you want me to do?
We don't have any porters right now. And the CD team you went into the field with are dead. But the president's body has to be burned.
The road from Capital Knot City to the incinerator was compromised in the void out. Now, the only way there is on foot, through the mountains. But the chiral density there is off the chart. It's gotta be BTs.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
So me. Why?
Sam, you're already on the clock.
Now get it done, Sam Porter Bridges. Can I have a moment? President Strand believed in American Reconstructionism. She worked tirelessly to bring the nation together again. And without her, there would be no bridges. She deserves a funeral with full honors. But we can't give her that. If she dies, America dies.
Without her, bridges will cease to be.
Listen. Her cremation must be carried out with the utmost secrecy.
Even if we pull it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it, America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
He just said that it dies if Bridget dies.
She may be lost to us, but we still have an America worthy of the presidency.
Sorry, what?
Let's not get into it now. What matters is that we're going to finish your mother's work and rebuild America as she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first step, Sam, and deliver the president's body to the incinerator.
If we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive. You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
The facilities to the southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
We built the incinerator way up in the mountains so that the chiral matter in the smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If anything comes up, we'll offer you support via the cufflinks.
Seems like almost every Kojima game kind of starts with...
Sam, this is Die Hardman. Dead men explained how to use the cuffs, right? Use them to check the location of the incinerator.
So it's all the way up at the top of the mountains. I know where we're going. Don't worry about that. So that's kind of where we started. That's the building where all this has just happened. And then this is where we're going. Nice trek up the mountains. It's pretty much the opposite of the route that we took when we started at the very start of the game. But yeah, I was going to say, it seems like all Kojima games start with like a really gristled, kind of middle-aged dude being forced to do something they don't want to do.
Sam, I don't think I need to remind you, but every minute counts when transporting corpses for disposal. 48 hours following cardiac arrest, they go necro and become a fresh BT to make our lives hell.
So you see the weight of the car. As I was running, then I was every now and again pulling on one side or pulling on the other to try and balance it. Because if you just, especially if you turn and move and stuff when you're carrying a corpse, you fall all over the place. Especially if you're running. So if I just try and run and then turn, you'll see I'll just start to fall. So then you grab one side, grab the other, and yeah, just try and level it out. So the balance system is.
President Bridget Strand was the symbol of American Reconstructionism. Even with the country shattered and its people scattered to the four winds, she never stopped believing they could be reunited. People held on to their hope that America would rise again because they believed in her. We believe that this country can be rebuilt. America lives on, together with Bridget's undying spirit.
Yeah, the balance system is kind of a bit like riding a bike kind of a thing. You just you start doing it without realizing that you're doing it. after you've played it for a while. I'll still fall over and make mistakes and all that kind of stuff, because it's because you still try to do things as quickly and as efficiently as possible, so you kind of always kind of walking the line of what's safe to do. So you see this big structure here with Nick Easton's name on it, and a thumb there, and we can light the structure.
This one's for you.
By pressing back
Thanks
a bunch
for
of
the help.
times. And this is if you remember, I said there was some kind of multiplayer elements, and this is kind of what it is. So you can build a whole bunch of structures in the world, and then that kind of help you out. Like these watchtowers will mean you can see a load of stuff on the map, see like other structures and things to pick up off the ground, and potential hazards and enemies and stuff like that, and they help you plan routes and whatever. So oh, I don't. Can I take that marker off? Yep. So you can like plot out a marker, say I want to go that way, and then it'll put a marker down and give you like a line to follow and stuff in the world. But say for instance, I placed one of these watchtowers over like anywhere on the map. There's potential that watchtower could then appear in somebody else's game, as long as that area is connected to the chiral network, which we'll learn more about as we go along. So your structure can go into another player's game, or another player's structure can come into your game to make traversing all this make your deliveries easier, basically. And you can like their structures, they can like your structures, and you can improve the structures, level them up, or change things about them, and so there's this kind of over time areas that you've been in quite a bit become easier to traverse, and you start to notice that you come across the same player's structures quite often, and so you build a bit of a rapport with a player that you've never met, you've never seen their character or anything, because obviously they're playing as Sam as well, in their game world. But you start to feel kind of like part of this, like really, it's like almost like a part of this community of ghosts or something. It's really weird, but really it's a really effective gameplay mechanic. And I mean, what I was going to say actually that I forgot, because we had all the dialogue coming out of there, was just the sound. I mean, the visuals are obviously great. I mean, there's so many parts of this game that if you took a picture, you can show it to someone and they might just think you've taken a picture out in the mountains somewhere when you're on holiday. It's like so realistic. It's unbelievable how real it looks at times. Not every area is like that, but a lot of them are. But the sound design is just on another level. It's insane, and I've got some really nice kind of studio headphones on, so I'm kind of experiencing a lot more of the like little details than I would have done the first time I played it, when the sound was just either on speakers or on the TV. I'm going to use Igor's ladder here. I'm going to give it a bunch of likes. Thanks, Igor. So you see, structures like that from other players' worlds can really, really help you out when you're in a pinch, like, and like I say, it builds this kind of weird connection over time, and the game's really is that help thing going to stay up there? I don't know, you can send multiple likes at once. There we go. And this whole thing of like zooming out and playing music is really cool as well. So you get like this, you get more of the landscape, and really, really good soundtrack as well. But not even just the good choices of music, all the in-world sounds, are really incredibly well done, and the and the not just the soundtrack, but the like the game's music itself is really good also. Like there was the piece of music that was playing as Bridget was just passing away. I had my eyes shut at that point because I was just really nice bit of emotional orchestral music. It's great. So yeah, it's telling us about the holodeck scanner there, which is what you've seen me use before to kind of map out the. You see the red crosses that tell you areas that are gonna cause you to fall over. And like I said, it's similar to same as the water. The blue stuff say like relatively safe to traverse. Yellows, you got to be a little bit careful, and yeah, red's danger town. But yeah, the names of characters in this game are so funny. So we've already met Fragile, and we've met Deadman, and now we've met Die Hard Man, who Jacksepticeye always it makes me laugh. Always calls Die Hard Man Lethal Weapon Man, and that just makes me laugh. His playthrough was really good, really good. If you're really interested in the game and you enjoy watching like multiple playthroughs of people, and then you should definitely watch Jacksepticeye's, because he was playing. He had like an early copy of the game, so the first, I don't know, four or five episodes that he did were before the game was released. So he was kind of going in blinder than anyone really. There's like obviously some other game reviewers and YouTubers and stuff who had the game early as well. But it was really interesting to see, because obviously there was no online element to it, so his world was a lot more empty than like mine will be at the start anyway, before the game was released, because the servers were down, and so he had a harder time in the early game. But his theorizing and stuff like that was really interesting. It was really cool to hear, because he hear all these kind of different thoughts about what was going on in the game world. You know what Jacksepticeye is like. He's very vocal. He's a really good talker. So yeah, kind of slightly goes against my nature. I'm really putting a lot of effort in to keep talking when I do videos like this. Yeah, okay. And they're going to be quite long videos, these Death Stranding ones, because there's a lot of cutscenes, and the gameplay kind of takes quite a while to get through as well. So here we are at the incinerator, and we have to cremate. One of the first missions in the game is to cremate your estranged dead mum, which is obviously very sad for Sam here. But also they didn't get on. It seemed like they just didn't talk really. So it's obviously a complicated relationship there, and we will learn more about that as the game goes on.
Chiralium density in the area is climbing rapidly. Heavy timefall is imminent. Get back here, now.
Sam, burn the other cargo while you're there.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit Igor was assigned. It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
Because it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director approved the order.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Must be from the bodies we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea. Start, you shit. Maybe you are defective. That's it. Do your thing. Keep low. Move cautiously.
Okay, so as you can see, connecting to one of these bridge babies or BBs allows us to see the BTs. So they're kind of floating out here, and then they also have these like kind of strands connected to them. So if you touch one of the strands, that it's like a bit like a spider, it kind of alerts you alerts them to your presence. So we have to avoid these guys if we can. But I seem to remember this early this early section is really hard to get out of without getting at least caught once. So we'll do the best we can. Gotta move as slow as we can and watch out for those, but looks like we're about to get touched by one of them. And we can hold our breath when we get spotted. But that drains your stamina, and eventually you have to let go. So we kind of want to get up that way. It's going to be difficult though, like I say. We need to keep stopping so we can see him. And try and avoid those strands. But this area is kind of designed, that they're kind of placed in a way in this area that if you like, in between them all is difficult to climb terrain as well, so you alert them if you try and go through certain ways as well. So maybe if we time this right. Stamina build back up again. Okay. We just gotta hope for the best, really. The ladder. Yeah, this is gonna end badly, but we're gonna try. Might have done it. Yeah, I think we're good. Whew. Well, that actually went better than I thought. We got really close to him without getting caught. I really thought we were gonna get seen by them. So we're gonna find, as we go down here, the rain is gonna stop as we go further down, and then it's all gonna be good. So these ropes are some of the items that you can place in the game yourself, and you can, like I say, find other people's ropes. Ladders are the same, and as we get further on into the game, the types of structures and stuff that you can build get better, and also you get all sorts of equipment and vehicles and all sorts of stuff that help you traverse easier, and with the help of all the different folks playing the game, it starts to become less of a hassle, and you get some kind of weapons that you can use as well, all with a bit of a strange kind of twist to them. I'm trying to explain certain stuff, but not go too deep into individual elements until they pop up in game. So kind of once we get a little bit further in, I'll be able to like kind of theorize about stuff more and go into stuff in more detail. But I don't want to kind of like start off. Oh yeah, so we can now drink from his canteen to return some stamina. Because you get kind of like a temporary boost to your stamina levels when you're in combat or in an area with BTs like that, and then after that section, it'll you'll find that you drain your stamina quite a lot after one of those events, so you need to have a bit of a drink or a rest or something. If we well, first off, we can check on BB, and we can give BB a soothe. So this is the one of the bridge babies, like I say, and they allow you to see the BTs because they're partly connected to their world. So the BTs, or the beach things, are humans and other beings that have died, basically. So they basically are like ghosts, and so you can kind of see their universe as the universe of the dead, and that's collided with our universe, which is the universe of the living, the one that we know and love so much. The only one that we know, so we might not love it so much, but anyway, so it's kind of like the world of the dead and is somehow collided with the world of the living, and the bridge babies have a connection with the world of the dead. So you can again, without going into too much detail about that, you can see you can use them to see the ghosts in. Oh, I'll call them ghosts a couple of times now, but I will always refer to them as BTs, which again is beached things, is what that stands for. But yeah, so that makes those sections possible, and that's kind of like the main. There are human enemies in the game, but the main kind of threat is the timefall areas with the BTs. And so those encounters kind of get more a little bit more complex as we go on, and things, if you can imagine things getting weirder, which is pretty tough to imagine at this point, things do in fact get much weirder. But yeah, so this is kind of like we're kind of coming up on the end of the prologue here. So I think I'm going to call this the end of the first video. I need to get some sleep, it's quite late. Like an idiot, I decided to start this, start recording a playthrough of Death Stranding at like ridiculous o'clock. So it's yeah, it's way past time that I started thinking about getting some sleep. Working tomorrow and all that jazz.
Sam, come back to the distribution center. Check the location on your compass.
It's right there. But yeah, so We haven't properly got into the loop of the game yet, but it does basically boil down to go to a centre, pick up an order, deliver it to somewhere else, and then rinse and repeat, avoiding BTs and other, and like I said, there's some human enemies and all sorts of stuff, and gradually improve the kind of trade routes, I suppose you could call them, as time goes on. And then there's all the story stuff going on at the same time as well, and lots of character development and stuff. But like I say, I absolutely love this game. The world design, the graphics are just ridiculous.
He's our
the
man.
detail of all of this like otherworldly mad stuff that's going on is just ridiculous. There's so much detail about the story and the world, and then like I mentioned before, the sound design and the music are fantastic. It's just like when I've talked about it with people, like I say, I played for about a month or so on my first playthrough, and it was like a meditation almost. Like I'd get home from work and fire the game up, put some tunes on, and just go around delivering stuff from A to B, gradually making everywhere, upgrading everything, making everywhere easy to traverse, and just going and doing loads of orders to try and max out everything. And I'm pretty sure I did. I maxed out the.
Sam, you know how to get back to the distribution center?
Yes.
Hurry back.
Yep, I know. I'm trying to praise this game. Stop interrupting me. And yeah, so that's what, like, it was almost like a similar notes to like the only game I played recently that comes to mind would be something like Stardew Valley, where you kind of very gradually upgrading everything, and it's almost like a collectathon type thing, but in this has got this whole kind of layer of story, and that's what's intrigued me, like the theorizing behind it, and the fact that it uses a lot of real science to kind of like back up the theories of the in-game like kind of story and stuff is really, really cool. And we'll get into some really deep chats about all that kind of stuff, I'm sure, as the game goes on, and stuff turns up that I'm able to kind of explore it a bit more deeply. But I'm looking forward to all that kind of stuff, and just looking forward to this playthrough, really. So thanks for joining us, guys, as ever, and I shall catch you in the next step, where I think we will start to see, you'll start to get the idea of the gameplay loop. I was initially going to cut a load of it out and just have like a best bits type thing, but I think this
Over and over again.
I think the quality of the gameplay, and the fact that I kind of want to max everything out again in a new playthrough is I think it kind of deserves me to leave it unedited, so you kind of see what it's kind of like.
Sam,
yeah.
You know how to get back to the distribution center?
Yeah, I do, Die Hard Man. I do. I was just again trying to praise this game, but yeah. So, like I said, guys, I'll catch you in the next step. Have a good one. Bye.